Welcome. This is Magical Mind Coach Partha. I'm
This is the second podcast on the basic mind tips. I'm happy to note about the how to give the command on the mind. The last topic I have just introduced the some topic on this. Basically, when we confront, conflict, or communicate, the mind is there without our signal or with our signal. Now the point is here I am discussing the pointwise how to give command. Point number 1. Always ask straight questions using keywords, that is right words in the right way, to the brain so that it gets clarity and doesn't get confused. For this purpose, one can break long questions into smaller parts. Number 2. All negative emotions are based on fear, lack, and expectation, and make reverse commands to make them positive, which you can do to come out of negative emotions by giving reverse command. Suppose I am frightening or someone is coming and you are frightening. Suppose a child, you are saying that, hey, say the child's name is Tom, some 8 years or 10 years, and his father is very angry. Hey, your father John is coming. So from the childhood, if you want to make him very powerful on the mind, or even in the adulthood like yours, whatever thing is frightening, if that statement comes before trigger hits you, give the reverse command. Is it the way that that sentence is coming? Are you getting frightened? So the reverse command, the brain has to learn on this. Point number 3. There are 5 words one has to avoid for making the command or the questioning or giving command least confused. The words are but, because, sorry, please, and lastly, I know. These 5 commands I would elaborate in some other podcast one by one. Now, my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, my dear listeners, if you use any of these 5 commands, the brain gets automatically confused because it brings a repeating but, because, sorry, please, and I know. It's a confusion creating command, lack creating command, excuse creating command, fear creating command. So be aware of, do not use, rather never use these 5 words or avoid of, even by any means. This, when you give the command to yourself, do not use but, because, sorry, please, and I know, even to the outer world. Point number 4. It is very important to use minimum words while speaking to anyone, including giving command to brain, because the habit generates right keywords in the brain. When you are questioning, the question to be very small, to the point. Otherwise, it's unnecessarily confuse yourself. That is the confusing brain. Using more words, on the other hand, drains energy and hampers right decision making. Point number 5. Whenever you give the command, the brain shows the illusionary world and presenting you the illusionary parts. This is actually the blame game, and the image putting game, that is whatever brain produces as per the command. It is nothing but the expectation and the escapism you are wanting. So be aware of the command you are giving. It is nothing but your negative connotations or on the images that you want to escape or you want to excuse, that reflects through your command. The last point is you must feel the emotion of words of command to make it strong. I can take example. If you can simply say that I am kind to everyone, you need to feel it, else you will be caught out of this and creating victim and fear. So it is not that saying the kind words would help, it is that saying with feelings would come actually. So that has to be kept in mind. The very last point, that is the seventh point, with the help of command, you can break bad habits, negative emotions, and circumstances from your life. So that's all, my dear powerful minds. Must be cautious to choose the words to give the command. See you in the next podcast. Please give the learning takeaways and give the likes in your review. See you in the next podcast.